In late 2022, Wargame Design Studio released Rumyantsev 43, or what was known by the Germans as the Fourth Battle of Kharkov, August 1943. From the German perspective, Operation Citadel concluded with the Allied landings in Sicily. The clash of the Titans was a bloody draw. However, the Soviets had other plans. The German offensive was countered by two Soviet counteroffensives, Operation Rumyantsev and Operation Kutuzov. Rumyantsev 43 includes the German Operation Citadel offensive from the south and the two phases of the Soviet Operation Rumyantsev. Operation Rumyantsev was directed south of the Citadel area of operation. To the German surprise, the Voronezh front had been quickly rebuilt after Citadel, its armoured units practically at theoretical strength. The Germans kept only a tiny fraction of the Citadel units in the area. Their best units were sent to the Orel salient, to the Maes area, and to Italy. The only advantage retained by the Germans in the area of operation was their good defensive positions. They also retained several panzer divisions in reserve. Soviet infantry was launched en masse against the left flank of the German front. The Germans mobilised their armoured reserve but were overrun at various points. The German right flank was obliged to retreat to the west. The Soviets pushed their armoured units through the breach, leaving infantry behind for the reduction of pockets. The Germans began a difficult retreat towards Kharkov. In an effort to close the gap between the 4th Panzer Army and Army Abteilung-Kempf, the Germans counterattacked towards Bogodukov, transferring various units from the Orel salient and the Maes area back to the combat sector. The counterattack managed to unbalance the Soviet assault long enough to allow German units to make an orderly retreat towards the Dnieper. Kharkov's defence also helped in this objective, as it kept several Soviet armies occupied in a costly defensive battle for the city. In my opinion, the Panzer campaign series are at their best when played against another player, and scenarios with the H-to-H suffix are designed for this purpose. However, for those new to the series, the AI will provide a good challenge with scenarios designed specifically for each side, and you can see there in the list there are some for the German player and for the Russian player. So it's interesting to note with some of these scenarios, when you have a look at them, that I think the AI plays its best when in defence, where it doesn't have to move so much, but many of the scenarios designed specifically for the AI player has the AI player on offensive. So it'll be interesting to have a close look at that and how the AI plays. Players are also provided with a list of recommended options for best play, but are open to your preferences. However, I think 9 out of 10 players are quite happy to take the recommendations, and of course for each scenario is provided a historical briefing. So in this series we're going to play 43-08-11-07 Clash South Bogodukov as the Russian player. So this scenario describes the fighting between the Totenkopf and Das Reich SS divisions and the Soviet 1st Tank and 5th Guard tank armies. German command planned a counterattack in the Bogodukov area to regain the initiative and close the gap between Panzer Army 4 and the now renamed 8th Army, formerly Army Abteilung-Kempf. The issue was how to concentrate German armoured units with the speed needed to attack the Soviet lines of advance. The 1st Tank Army had already left the infantry units of the 6th Guards and 27th Armies far behind. The Germans managed to position themselves just in time with the units intended to attack from the south. The 3rd Panzer Corps had 3 divisions of the SS, Totenkopf, Das Reich and Viking, and a weakened 3rd Panzer Division. Without waiting for the 24th Panzer Corps to attack from the north, the SS divisions of all 3rd Panzer Corps advanced with the initial objective to expel the Soviet units from the vital railway link that united Poltava with Kharkov, and to recover the north bank of the rivers Merla and Merchik. This scenario describes these first moments or movements of the Totenkopf and Das Reich divisions, which, after the fighting in the area south of the Kirch salient, meet once again with the 5th Guards Tank Army, left much weaker after that confrontation, and below that is listed the options for this particular scenario, which we will be using. I appreciate that most of you won't be familiar or that familiar with this part of the world, so try and give you some orientation. Kharkov is located in the east of the map, and in fact if we go about 100 miles or 160 kilometres north, that's Prokhorovka, the site of the famous tank battle in Kursk. Below that is Belgorod and then Kharkov, and they're all in a line to the north. So those blue circles represent where the Axis units are located. Olshan there in the north and in an arc towards the west. The river in the briefing is those rivers in the top left-hand side of the map as you're looking at it. And the red circle is the main initial disposition of the Soviet forces. So let's crank up the game. Axis with Fog of War. The rules are all the default selection. As the Germans are the offensive player, they go first. I don't have the sound on, it's personal preference. In larger scenarios I just find it gets a bit annoying after a while. So that's the first turn. So zoom out for a moment. So we have the Germans attacking Kovyagi. So let's have a close look at those. First thing to notice is the name of the units is in gold or yellow, and that means they are detached units. And in fact, if we select the detached units icon or use W, they will be highlighted. So what this means is that these units are beyond the command range of their respective headquarters, which in this case is the 3rd Mech Corps. So we can always search for the headquarters by going to View, Find Unit, 3rd Mech, search, so HQ 3rd Mech Corps. Okay, and that's them just there. So if we then zoom out a bit and we hit the maximum range or use X, we'll see that these units are just outside 3rd Mech Corps' command radius, or you can also think of it as a supply radius. So what we need to do is to move 3rd Mech Corps downwards and these guys back into command range so that they get their full supply. So as we know, this is a German counterattack. We know we'll probably be converging. As far as these lower Russian victory points, I think it would be a little bit pointless fighting for them. I think we're going to get well and truly overrun in this area here. So we'll probably be planning to defend more in this hilly area here. And I'll have more to say about hills and things as we go along. But let's have a look at the victory situation. At the moment, we have an Axis major defeat. So I guess if you look at this, 100, 100, 100, well, it's 300 points, which would take them to 1,000 straight up. So, if we were to give away those 3 locations, that means we need to really at least go 1-to-1 on the kill ratio. Now, usually the Russians go 1.5, 2-to-1, so that could be a challenge. So we may have to consider defending one of these, and I would suggest this one here, and perhaps that one there if these guys from here attack. So we need to keep that in mind as we're going. It's only a short scenario of 19 turns. Alright, so let's zoom into here and see what we have. So we have the 756th AT Battalion, hard at 22 points at a range of 1 hex. So this chap here, this could be this guy's best shot of the entire war. So I think we'll take that first up. Fatigue something, 1 vehicle is a win, and fatigue again, so that was a good result for our AT gun. So at this stage I'm really concerned about our Russian units getting encircled, because that's how they really get blatted away really quickly. So I'm going to move this motorised rifle battalion up to the hill, and ideally during the scenario what we'd like to do is have the Germans attacking us uphill, because there are defence bonuses when you're higher than the attacker. So this chap here, we've got a motorcycle battalion, we'll move him across to there, so that will do. And these 2 vehicles, okay, we've got this Panzer Grenadier division in transport mode, so that's too good to miss, so we will give him both barrels. (24) and 28 is a great result, and 33, well, that is a fantastic result for us, and we've only lost 1 vehicle, it looks like. So that was a great result. He's still not disrupted or anything, but losing that many men is a real win. In fact, while we have him here, we might check our airplanes. Right, okay, so I think we should at least put 1 bomber on him, on the transport guy. So the basic tactic at this stage is to not attack. Oh, 44, man, that was a huge win. So the basic idea at this stage is not to attack the main German units, but all their supporting units, and try and disrupt their advance that way, because blooding away at their main armament is not going to be a winning strategy, I don't think. So we'll see how we go. So these chaps here, we'll move them back up the road and towards these guys. Our gun, we'll move him to the victory location. Our 2 vehicles. So they're in he's in transport mode. He's got 75 transport points, 67 good, so he's in road mode. So at this stage, oh, I ran out of movement points. Okay. Obviously going up that hill's quite expensive. Actually, I'll go that side. Put him out there, just to keep an eye on that wing. The worst thing that can happen to you as a Russian is to get surrounded. So these chaps here, we're going to move them back. Once again, we're going to go for the hill. Yeah, we can't get over that river. See. That will do him. Okie doke. So let's go up north. So there's Olshan, just Kharkov to the east is mentioned. So this chap here, I think we should identify him there, so we'll send out our T-34. Okay, we're in a pretty good position there regarding these Panzer Grenadiers. But first off, we have our artillery up here. Unfortunately, this guy's not in transport mode. Only 4 men from an air attack shows you the difference between transport and normal mode. And 4 men, only losing 4 men suggests this is a pretty strong unit. So right. Okay. So the last thing we want to do is get surrounded here, so put him there. Put him there. Headquarters, we'll start moving him back. And I'll leave this air gunner there just in case someone tries to sneak around the top. He'll at least block them with a zone of control. So this chap here, he's got T-34s in German garb. So notice here our assault value is 10 plus 2 is 12, and the defence on a T-34 is 17. So obviously an assault at this stage is not worth following, but we'll certainly have a shot at him. Wow, 2 vehicles, that's a good result. 3 vehicles. That is a fantastic result. So going down our list here. Now I don't want the Germans to take this high ground. So I'm going to whack him up there. Gun. What are we going to do with him? Let's we'll overlook the road, I think. We'll just go there, and then he can overlook that road if anyone goes by. This chap here can have a ping. Pretty much as expected. Okay, so that is the eastern side of the map. scheduled. Oh, we're getting stacks of units. Okay, 80800. 2 turns away. Very interesting. Rightio. So go over here. Okay, these guys here obviously need to come south, so we just select them, but we don't highlight. Alt, right mouse button. Excellent. And that is that for our first turn. So we still have some air assets, so I think we should totally nail this guy if we can. Oh, they're recons. Okay, cancel. So let's stick a recon down here. Not letting me have a look. Okay, so that ends that turn. Okay, I'll call this. Okay, there we go. So it looks like an interesting second turn by the German player. So this is the big picture at the start of our second turn. 0600. As you can see down south, we're getting far more grey shapes coming through. A lot more there from Olshan, which of course is the Das Reich division. So let's close in and have a closer look, and we'll start down south once again. So, wow, so there's the first of these guys. Powerful looking unit compared to our T-34s, especially with low ammo. So at this stage, I think we might be better off just trying to eat some time up rather than getting our people eaten up. So we're in a village at the moment, which gives us minus 20%, but I think at this stage we might be better off just conceding the ground. And that's got a village in it as well. It's a village. Here, this guy here, our gun will try and save him from certain destruction, although there is in, is that rubble there? Rubble, yes, minus 20%. Okay, no, I'm not going to let him get overrun there. Transport. Oh good, we can actually get him out of transport. So I am tempted to move him one more back if I can, up onto the hill. No, I'll leave him there just for the moment. I think with the German units they can actually move forward 1 hex and still assault. So that's a big advantage for them, but we just need to eat a bit of time, move our guys back into supply is the plan. So this gun's here. Okay, so moving further to the western side. Obviously some powerful formations coming up. Right, so they're on that plateau. So what I might do is just move them back 1. This guy, I'll move to the other side. Okay, this guy, he's against motorcycle infantry. Okay, I'll have a ping at those guys. So that's a good result for us. I'm just going to come back over to these guys because I just realised that these guys are in travel mode, and anyone in travel mode should get a bit of love from us, I think. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so top units in travel mode, yep. $32, excellent result. Same with these guys, the unit on top. $45. Well, that is an outstanding result as far as we're concerned. Excuse me. This chap here, we'll put him out of transport mode. He's had a shot. Put this guy in travel mode. Drive up the hill and along the railway line. Idiot dog. Okay, so these guys that we moved down in a hurry last time. So we do have a German position here in the west, in fact 2 major positions. I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to have to probably take this position here, because we're probably going to lose that one over there. So perhaps our goal will be to take this one here and then have a go at this one if we can. So our line will push further to the west. Right, but so far in here, we don't have any recon because I use them up. I would love to know if there's anyone over here. So still going to continue to defend this ridge line. We could try and defend this ridge line here too. It's a thought, isn't it? Okay, so maybe what I'll do is I'll stick him over there. Bring this guy down to there. So these guys can move, dress across. Hopefully we'll get some more reinforcements coming down. Okay, so that'll do us down south. Great result over there in Kovyagi against the Panzer Grenadiers. So happy with that. Actually, while I'm here, I might as well grab this guy here. Once again, don't have him highlighted. Alt, right mouse button. Right, so I'm a little bit concerned that I might be leaving Murray for a little bit unprotected there. If there's anyone coming up over here, I could be in big trouble. 0600, so I'm getting some reinforcements in at 0800, so let's hope nothing untoward happens up here in the meantime. Okay, so I might get caught out badly here if that turns out to be true. Okay, that's good. Okay, now my Das Reich friends. They're being a little bit more cautious, it seems, regarding being in transport mode, unfortunately. Oh, and they've brought some bridge builders with them. So I still have this. He's low ammo, but he's fighting these little guys, so we might as well see if we can blat them. It is somewhat pleasing to see the AI respecting the concept of higher ground, and obviously the AI seems at this stage to be wanting to take this ridge line, which is, I think, the obvious first stepping stone for the German units coming from the east. Put him up there. Rats. Bring him back to there. And him back to there. He's going to make a run for the hill. Now, these guys are just going to get swept off this feature, I fear. But at this stage, I think we can afford to give ground and hopefully wait for our reinforcements to buttress our situation. We also have the opportunity of moving these guys back here, isolating this guy, so we should be able to hopefully finish this guy off in the next turn. He can be our rear guard. Okay, that'll do for there. This is this victory point location is a very interesting one for us to make a decision on. We can defend it by going in there. Then this German unit here, Stug, could then go into this village. We would be in the clear, which means he would just happily ping away at us and wear us down. On the other hand, we could stay here, let him take the victory location, then we can ping down the hill on him. Not only that, we've got this AA unit. Oh, it's only 3 points hard. Still, might be a freebie for us. We may even get a chance to get an assault in. One, two, three, four. If he goes to there, so let's. So that'll do there for the moment. Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah, I'll leave him there and move those into there next turn. This guy here, I want him to keep chugging down that way. And this chap here, move him in that vicinity. These guys here, okay. The guy's fixed. I think these guys here are fixed as well. Can't move them. Okay, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Right, so the main thing at the moment is we have some more airplanes. Maybe we can see if we can get rid of them. Go back to the well, see if we can. Okay. Ah, excellent. $59. Wow, that is huge from a Soviet perspective. So I'll have a quick look. So we're doing quite nicely in the exchange. I can't imagine it'll stay like that very long, but we'll take it at the moment. 462, so we've chipped away at his starting value. Right, so that ends our 0600 turn. Reinforcements have arrived. Beauty. Okay, that's good news for us. Air units available, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So units arrived. 2 units. Place all. It's this one, is it? So we don't want any Jerry's moving over there, that's for sure. And an engineer unit, a pontoon bridge. Okay, well that's something to consider at some point. Okay, so let's go down south again. Well, I must say I did find the German turn a little bit curious. They're sort of driving away from us. Okay, well, I'm happy enough for them to do that. Okay, well, in that case, sadly, everyone seems to have moved out of transport mode. So at this stage, I'm happy enough for them to drive away from us. So I'll maintain that defensive position there. In fact, I won't do very much at all. They even left this guy alone, did they? So what is going on? So this guy will change to fighting mode. I'm always wondering with the motorcycle guys, once you get them off the roads, often it's good just to put them in foot. So I'll do that. This chap here, I'll put him in. Okay, so just a screening force there. So if they do try to move around us, we can at least stop their movement. So it's very interesting. So here we go. You would think they would try an assault across there. So what I might do is 19-2. So I wonder if I can go. Oh, drat. I've got to move him back first. Okay. What's our airplane situation? Oh, we've got a recon as well. So let's have a look. Is there anyone coming up here? You would think they'd try and go around us. Very interesting. Actually, I need to have a look over here, to be honest. No one over there from what we can see. Okay, well, this is all very curious, but I'll take it at this stage. So our next lot are at 10 o'clock. Another 2 units. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Ah, there we go. So I'm just sneaking some of these guys into supply. Ah, yes, so that's, see how they've got, oh, this guy's not. 125th Tank Battalion of the 112th Tank Brigade. 112th Tank Brigade. Sixth Tank Corps. Okay, that should do that for the moment. Well, given down here, my main thought is, what do I do with these guys? Are they going to need to run across to here? Move back maybe. So it's got me in a bit of a betwixt and between here at the moment. So I'm not going to overcommit them. Maybe I have overcommitted them coming so far forward, but we'll leave them there at the moment. No hurry. We're only at turn 3 of 19. Now this side of the map is looking decidedly more dicey. We've already surrounded this chap. So I think what we should do is, we might as well. So that's good. One man for 4 vehicles, that's what they call a winning exchange. So that's good. I dare say these guys will try and rescue them by surrounding that chap there. 10 vehicles against probably more, so that's not a winning proposition, is it? No. I think at this stage we stage our retreat. Hide him in the trees. He'll be coming across. Just waiting at the moment a little bit. Cannot imagine they'll do much with low ammunition. Very interesting situation here on the plateau. Wow. We don't want to take these guys on, do we? Lost another one. So it'll be interesting to see if he tries to swing up here or just keep heading towards Alexandrova, wherever it is. Leave him there just to protect the flank of these guys. These guys may swing up here and try and envelop these guys. That's what I'd be trying to do if I was him. Now, how interesting, over here we thought our German friend might take it on. So let's hope. Now T-34 so he can do some damage. Oh, only fatigue. Well, one vehicle disrupted. Oh, that was a bit of a... Oh, 3 vehicles. Did not expect that big a response. Oh, rats. That is not good at all. In any way, shape or form. Okay. Right. Schedule. Gee, they only dribble in, so it's not until 0400 that we really get a chance to counter-attack. 0400 on, oh yes, tomorrow morning. Okay. So these guys could really push us aside. Okay, well that's making me a little bit nervous about our prospects here, so my thought is to bring these guys back. Okay, so that is that. I think we could possibly... Very nervous about this chap now. Can our planes do anything? That's a start. One vehicle is a good start. And I think I should spare one for these guys. It's something. Right, so that ends our 0800 turn. Oh, we've got an isolated unit. Ah, it's okay, we'll get him out. That's good. Okay, so these guys down here disappeared. So have they gone up that way, or are they tracking that way? We don't know, so it'll be interesting to try and find that out. This guy here is disrupted and isolated, so let's hope we can knock him over this turn. Further down south, certainly was some action here, but I'm fascinated that they just stopped. Okay, so bringing up the heavy guns. And the headquarters. Aha. As I suspected, they're trying to do an encirclement. Okay, so these guys here, that was a nice positioning there across the river. Stop those guys from coming across. These guys are still hanging on here to this river line defence. This position's getting a little bit untenable. You can just see what's going to slowly happen there. The longer I wait, the harder it is for them to make that rail line, I think. Right, so I'll take a little break here, see how our length of video is going.